So today is going to be quite interesting because we're not seeing any really big thunderstorms expected to produce. Here in the morning hours, we have really a line that could produce anywhere from South Dakota into Oklahoma, and then we have those occasional pop-ups down in southern Texas. Then we have the Florida showers, and then the kind of Tennessee, North Carolina view there. But really not expecting anything to go severe, just maybe some pop-up thunderstorms, maybe a grumble of thunder or two. But we haven't seen a day like this in probably a month or two, where there is zero threat. Now this could change when those thunderstorms could go a tiny bit severe, but we're not expecting anything big productive wise because it's not really the right environment for that. We have a kind of a cold dip into the east, and then into the west we just have really hot temperatures, so we're not really meeting on a ground that's allowing for rotation in those storms. So really overall, just some rain today, not expecting any thunderstorms that could produce anything. So as I said, our temperatures across the country, we do see a dip of colder temperatures starting to work its way into the Midwest and through the East. You can kind of see that down from Kansas down up into the parts of the Carolinas is that kind of a bell-shaped curve in there. But really, we're seeing the hotter temperatures off to the west. Even in parts of the South, it's a little bit cooler than what it was before. We do see across parts of the Appalachian Valley temperatures in the 40s, maybe even 30s, but really below average for this time of year. And we'll talk about that in a podcast later on this week. But our big thing is today is talking about how that weather is kind of dipping down and allowing some of that upper Canadian air to be drawn south. And that's going to make all of us a lot colder because normally right now a lot of places are supposed to be highs in the 80s and lows in the 50s, but really we're seeing highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s in a lot of places across parts of the plains, Midwest, and the East. It's not surprising that we really aren't seeing anything looking at our radar models for today, because we see the kind of some rain working its way off the eastern coast with that low, but really we're not seeing anything develop. We could see a few thunderstorms, as I said, across North Carolina there. That'll be in the late afternoon, but not looking severe at all. And then we do see some kind of that line of thunderstorms from North Dakota down into Wyoming, and that will allow a production of maybe one supercell over parts of Colorado and Nebraska, but that'll be in the overnight hours, and that's likely to die off. So really, the whole country is looking kind of boring right now. Not anything really going on, and especially in the areas that it's colder. It's going to be wet and rainy in the Northeast, but I mean, if you live in the areas like Wisconsin and Illinois, you're pretty much done with this cold weather, and it's still a lot to go. It's going to be this way for a few weeks, and looking at it, I mean, nothing exciting going on, which is great. No severe storms, no potential damage or anything, so it's great to have a day off, really, severe weather-wise. But it's quite interesting that we're seeing this in May, especially the first week of May, considering looking over the past few years, we've had such big outbreaks occurring around this first week. So we'll have to pay attention to what the models are showing, but it's looking like maybe next week could have a potential for some more thunderstorms, so we could see. But today, looking pretty calm. It's cooler across parts of the Midwest and the East. Not expected to warm up. It's going to be cooler here for a few weeks, and we'll be talking about that temperature anomaly and why on our outlook forecast for the month of May on the podcast. So we hope to see you there, and we hope to see you tomorrow for Thursday's forecast.